Hi guys, it's Ryan,
And it's Tom.
and we're talking about wrestling again. We're talking about WWE's Raw specific pay-per-view Clash of Champions.
Where every title is on the line in Raw.
All of Raw's titles, all those amazing titles with long histories, like the Universal Championship.
That show that's called Clash of Champions, although not once do two champions clash.
Yeah, it's a good name for like a cross-brand pay-per-view where all the champions meet, but that would be a terrible pay-per-view because none of them would win or lose. Every match would end dirty.
And I guess nothing would really matter. It would just be like, oh, let's just see what would happen.
Yeah, I feel like I pitched you this idea before. I feel like at the Royal Rumble they should do champion versus champion.
They did it, I believe, for Bragging Rights pay-per-view that they had before, which was mostly just to plug SmackDown vs. Raw back when it was SmackDown vs. Raw, not 2KJ8.
2KJ8.
Yeah, different letters and numbers.
It's 2K 17, isn't that's the year it comes out? And
Regardless, they do like a Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, and usually the champs would be on, respective champions would be on that team. So it used to be really annoying. It was the most gimmicky pay-per-view ever, and all of the stories previously just had to go on halt, and now and it became about Raw and SmackDown both want this meaningless fucking trophy that we'll never see again.
I feel like that might be Survivor Series now.
That or the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Oh yeah, I guess they could be like, whoever wins, they take it to this prestigious title to their show. Who do you think will win that?
What, next year?
Yeah. Actually, save it, because I want to do a video where we do like 6 months in advance. We predict what WrestleMania 33 matches will be.
Oh, you should save it. I thought you were save it for 8 months.
Save it. It's not. It's only 6 months away. 7 months. I always think WrestleMania's in March.
Yeah, it's all those right beginning of April.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, enough of that preamble banter bullshit. Let's move on to this perfectly adequate card.
Yeah. Some good matches.
Yeah, some terrible endings, which we'll get into. First of all, Nia Jax versus Alicia Fox on the pre-show.
I watched this really good. I watched it so good. I know it was exactly 4 minutes and 55 seconds.
We didn't watch it. We're looking at the results on Wikipedia.
Didn't see it.
Shockingly enough, Nia Jax won. No comment except for the fact that we're recording this after Raw, so it wasn't referenced on Raw at all.
I will add that I thought it was weird, and to jump ahead just a little bit straight away, it annoyed me that once again they went from the United States Championship match to the WWE Championship match, where the last 2 matches on the card, with nothing to just give you space to breathe in between.
This would have been a good everybody calm down.
Yes. To just get everyone settled, everyone go take a piss, go get some popcorn, get ready for the main event.
Well, they did at the NXT live event I went to. They played all those WWE.com videos where it's top 10 best catchphrases in wrestling, and number 1 was Roman Reigns. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy, which got universally booed. I love you, Plymouth. You have a great crowd.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to NXT Plymouth, where everyone booed Roman Reigns just appearing on screen. And yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, this would have been a good sort of filler match, and then I would have seen it and been able to comment on it. Apparently, I don't know, what I saw from the earlier on the show stuff, it looked pretty good. Nia Jax looked dominant and cool.
Almost every match, again, looking at the times of all these, it almost universally increases in time each time, apart from Cesaro versus Sheamus, which is just unusual to me. That's the new format. That it's the match literally seems to have to go in order from worst to best, or at least in their eyes.
That's how New Japan does it. New Japan, it's it starts with a bunch of bullshit tag matches that don't really matter, and then it's championship, one after the other.
I don't know if I'm a fan of that format.
Usually I skip the first half. I was watching Destruction in, I think it was Destruction in Hiroshima, the one with Kenny Omega on it, and I literally skipped the first half to the Ring of Honor title match and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure the tag matches are good. I'm just I don't want to. It's a lot of tag matches with a lot of people I don't know.
Having said that, I'm going to go as far as to say that the first match on the actual card, New Day versus Club, was my second favourite match.
Really?
Second favourite match of the night, yeah.
All right, well, we're going to go to that because we have nothing to say about this.
No.
Yeah, so moving on. The first match on the card was the Tag Team Championships, the Raw Tag Team Championships. New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston. Xavier Woods was just at ringside, interfering as usual. Versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, not credited as the club on Wikipedia. And New Day cheated to win.
Yeah, I loved this match. I don't know why I did, but I really did. It was just did not stop. Like, it was fucking 100 miles an hour for nearly 7 minutes. It was the club kicking the shit out of New Day, and New Day being like, holy crap, we're going to lose these titles because it's been like 6 minutes and we're already been like beaten to shit. So Xavier Woods jumps into the trombone and they desperately get away with it.
I appreciate it. I did, like you said, it's a very fast-paced, hard-hitting match, like, pretty much from go. Lots of good stuff, but I just don't want the New Day to be champions anymore.
I didn't want them to be champions either. I wanted desperately this time to be it. That they're just done. Like we mentioned before, they just go away for a while afterwards.
I feel like they're staying champions for at least the next 74 days until they beat Demolition's record.
Because, we've been clamoring for someone to break that record for so long.
Yeah. Wasn't that on the, not even these championships, like the old tag team championships?
Yeah.
Don't count. We don't count them.
With weird jumping lineage.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah, good match. The next night on Raw, they had a rematch. And I thought, oh, they're going to lose this time because 400 days. That's a perfectly good ending. But this time, they just...
And also, they're not just going to have a club lose again after I've lost 6 times.
Yeah, but they did.
But I was just a big fan of how, the match begun and just the club. There was no bullshit. There was no I like a lock up as much as the next guy. I like a slow paced start, but sometimes I just like a guy or a tag team saying nuts to it and just immediately skipping straight to halfway through a story seemingly.
Especially with something like a tag team like the club, who are supposed to be, they don't give a shit about actually wrestling. They just like destroying people, and not saying that they can't, because Carl Anderson is actually a quite good technical wrestler. Gallows a bit less so maybe, but it fits their character really well. It's fine. I don't know what they're doing now. I hope the club don't look stupid anymore.
What I will say I didn't like about this is that I loved the whole match. I didn't even mind the good guys cheating to win this time. But immediately after they win, they go back to fucking hip gyrations and laughing and being like, "Oh, club smell bad."
So stupid.
Instead of just being like, Jesus fucking Christ, did you see how they were just killing us for 5 minutes straight?
That's the problem with New Day's faces. Is much like most of the faces in WWE, in fairness. They're they never doubt themselves. They never have issues. They're just we beat them. We had a good time. Which but enjoyed it. Don't like the fact that New Day are still champions, but I'm sure it'll end eventually. This probably the best New Day match I've seen in a while. In fairness, at least since them versus Y2AJ on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, it wasn't kind of. There could have been a whole lot of rest holds and Xavier using the trombone to hype him up and the kind of New Day match we've seen quite a lot at this point. But what I always look for in pay-per-views is something to be different. It's too much to expect Raw to be different every week, but you can ask for pay-per-views to be different, and it really took me by surprise. And that's what I want from it, especially when it's a first match, to really get the crowd kind of going early on. Yeah.
I expected you to hate it a lot more. I expected there to be more hatred and marvelous. I thought it was fine.
What, me hating the fact that New Day won?
Well, that I know. I just thought there'd be more anger about it. But yeah, that's good. That's good. See, we opened with a surprise.
I'm not as negative a wrestling fan as you might think. I want things to be good. That's what I said in the last episode at the end. I was like, I want it to be good.
Yeah, and you said that and you wished it, and it became true for a moment. For a little while.
A lot of this wasn't good, but New Day was. New Day and Club.
Good stuff. I just want the club to go do something else now.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get caught up in losing to the New Day for the next 74 days until they finally beat the record.
Well, what usually happens in tag team feuds is that the trend is someone else will come along, likely at this point, Cesaro versus Sheamus, spoiler alert, and the New Day or whoever the champs are at the time have to beat the previous contenders in progressively easy fashion to make them look strong before pay-per-view match. See the vaudevillains.
That's gonna be a good time. Yeah, I really want to see a non-tag team. Well, spoilers. Defeat a veteran tag team repeatedly. Yeah. Nothing else to say about this on my end. You got anything else before we move on?
I got nothing else. Good match.
Cruiserweight Championship match. TJ Perkins with his tiny little nipples versus Brian Kendrick. Have you noticed he has really tiny little nipples?
Since you mentioned, I did have a look, and I was kind of like, oh, look at you.
They are
like, how could you look any more like a tiny child?
He really does. He's like 30, but you look at him, he looks 22.
Like, he's kind of got a weird high-pitched voice, and he talks like he knows his way out of his depth.
Gee Willikers, guys, I'm finally here in the WWE, the big leagues.
I'm getting serious, like, early NXT Bo Dallas vibes from him.
But do you think Raw will be smart enough to turn him heel if everyone gets pissed off at him?
I think they might be smart, quote unquote. If he does start irritating people, they'll just have Mick and Steph come out and be like, "You're starting to irritate both of us. We're the voices of the people."
Sometimes, but sometimes we're also not.
But we're also bad guys or whatever.
Oh, we'll talk about whatever Steph was doing on Monday Night Raw at some point. Good. Once again, good match. Like, not as I expected this, like, to be the first really big cruiserweight like showcase, to be really high flying, really quick moving. But TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick are both more like submission based wrestlers.
It did feel a bit like they were almost like holding back. It wasn't like most people were thinking of cruiserweights, and they were probably thinking of huge, like, really speedy guys jumping around. Kind of a one time at suicide dives would be like not overdone, because it's like, yeah, these guys fly about. But it was mostly like a bit of technical wrestling, a bit of like fighting to get your submissions on. It was fine, kind of, but fine wasn't
disappointing.
Really, kind of killed the crowd.
Yeah, people. I'm already gonna say, judging from the match on Monday Night Raw where TJ Perkins fought some guy. Gonna look at it right now. He fought Tony Nese. People aren't reacting to TJ Perkins very well. There were chances of CM Punk. I believe Harambe was mentioned. What was the other one? At some point, apparently they were chanting "Go away." I didn't hear this, but because I was watching it quite quiet. But people are saying they were chanting "Go away." Not lovely stuff.
I mean, he's got it all going for him. He's a good enough wrestler, and his theme kind of kicks ass. But he also dabs.
Yeah.
And he dabs before moves and dabs in his entrance.
They need to play up. One, he needs a promo where he has a microphone and he's in the ring. They need to stop just playing fucking packages from the Cruiserweight Classic.
And also, they like a proper interview, or like a pre-taped thing, not where an interviewer, like, he's walking down ready for a match and someone like corners him, being like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "It's a great time here." Yeah.
And also, they need to play up his backstory, because he's got like a good sort of babyface underdog backstory. Where because he was training to be a wrestler, he basically spent all his money like learning and ended up living in a car and stuff. Like, stuff that could make a good like backstory for a wrestler where you build up sympathy for him. But at the moment, he's just, "Gee Willikers, I love being here in the WWE."
Right now, the story and what we're seeing are two very separate things.
Yeah, fine match. I really preferred the Monday Night Raw Cruiserweight Tag Team match. Lindsay Dorado and Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann. Just fucking... That was fast moving, hard hitting.
It felt to me like the story, though, like, I think what a lot of people thought the story would be going in is that Brian Kendrick's kind of scrappy and desperate. But what it felt to me like the story was is that, like, TJ Perkins is just clearly a better wrestler and is, like, than Brian Kendrick is, like, by far. I watched this entire match and it was mostly just like, I don't know, it almost felt like, even though Bryan was playing the heel and like, doing chin locks and shit. Like, Perkins was on offense for like 75% of this match. Like, there was a lot of like, the only time Kendrick got like offensive moves off was like sneaky counters and shit, and I don't know, it was just surprising to me. If that was what they were going for, it was fine. But it always felt like Perkins is clearly the better wrestler of the two, in kayfabe at least.
Yeah, it was interestingly done. I'm not a huge fan of, more onto like the production side, I'm not a huge fan of like they changed the lights and they changed the ring ropes and stuff for the cruiserweights.
Yeah, Sin Cara style.
Yeah. I'm just like, why would you, like, that makes it feel like it doesn't matter a bit, because they're like, oh, it's a different thing now, this will never affect anything else.
Raw trying to separate but equal everything.
Yeah. Like, don't you love cruiserweights? I'm like, yeah, but I would love it if it felt like they mattered to the show. Like, if it felt like they were part of a show, not their own thing.
You don't need to give them their own ropes and their own lights to make them feel special.
Yeah. Not a huge fan. Did really love TJ Perkins' video game Mega Man entrance. It's a good time. Cesaro versus Sheamus. The last match in the Best of 7 series.
Fucking love this match.
So good.
Holy
Such a good match.
Shit, this was good.
Once again, Cesaro and Sheamus come out and beat the fuck out of each other.
I have not gotten so fucking invested in a match in a long time. Like, I was genuinely like, when Sheamus was like screaming at Cesaro to show him how much he wants it. I was like, tears streaming down my face.
Just, this was great. No, for like showing that Sheamus is great and underrated, but also I feel like for pulling Cesaro a bit out of uppercut.
Pulling him out of like a slump, basically.
Yeah. Like, it really showcased both wrestlers. This entire Best of 7 series, way better than I expected it to be. Just showcasing both of these guys, always being different, always being new. I personally was not a fan of the ending in No Contest.
Yeah, I mean, I think they played it off as good as they could have. I like the idea that Cesaro was in better condition, and he really wanted to keep going, and Sheamus kind of also wanted to keep going, but was also just dead on his feet. And Jesus Christ, this match was great. They've had 8 matches against each other of varying degrees of good, but all pretty good. And after 8 matches, and it ends after an amazing 16-minute match, the crowd are chanting "Let them fight."
Yeah,
one of the loudest chants of the evening.
Oh, I did love that. The "Let them fight," just it's such a moment where you're like, I want them to I know they're gonna die, but I want them to keep going.
There's this wonderful almost turning point. I'm not sure when in the match where it changes. And these are the matches where Cesaro's best. These are the best Cesaro matches ever, where you can tell there's a certain level of respect between the two of them, and it turns from just pure hatred. At some point, they both realize we're just dead on our feet because we've just beaten the shit out of each other, and I can't help but fucking respect you for that.
Yeah, well, yeah, good match. I personally was not a huge fan of the ending, but of course they were setting up for these guys are a tag team now.
Yeah.
Going for the tag team championships. Which I do think raises an interesting question about, because the tag team championships in the past were often used to put over 2 singles wrestlers. You can look at especially the Attitude Era, you can look at I don't know, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H, or Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels, or probably Stone Cold Steve Austin and someone else.
There are plenty of times that the tag titles, were used as props to further the main event story.
Do you think that's gonna happen here?
I'm honestly willing to wait and see where it goes, because these guys have fucking hooked me just by their amazing in-ring shit.
Their jobber match was really fun.
It was fun to watch.
It's a trodden ground, but it was still fun where they're showing off to each other and doing crazy moves to be look, I'm great, I'm better than you. Let me pick up this guy for 20 seconds.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I felt this way about anything on Raw. I feel this way about most stories on SmackDown, but this is the first time that it's hit me on Raw, and now it almost makes it worth the fact that Cesaro's on Raw.
Just to have this storyline. I know, I want to see him beat up the Miz real bad.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, it's good. It's a good story. I'm willing to see where it goes. I'm not a huge fan of ending in no contest, just because it feels a little to me like they were being like, well, we want both of these guys to look good, like that's what we want, and it's like, well, they've beaten each other 3 times each. Cesaro beat Sheamus 5 times, but that doesn't matter. Like you can pick a winner. Like, I know what you're going for, but that doesn't mean you can't pick a winner.
What did you say you would have preferred again in the predictions?
I think I said Cesaro so we can go challenge for the Universal title, but now we're here. Because I think Cesaro vs Kevin Owens, that could be a good main event. Like, one main event. Like, not like a huge feud, but they have a really good match.
Yeah, god damn. Like, you said it earlier, and I think it's right, that it's kind of let people warm to Sheamus a little bit, because Sheamus is a great fucking in-ring, like, storyteller. And Cesaro is as well, I think, when he can be, like, bothered to, and like I say, when he has like respect for his opponent. The rest of the time he's, I think I mentioned it before, I'm not sure if it was on an episode, but he always looks really invincible in the ring a lot of the time. So the best stories he tells are either ones where he's been absolutely destroyed by someone that's just as tough as him, or he's fighting someone that's below him and he knows that. But that second one only works when he's a heel. So basically, it's like these two are freaking born to fight each other.
Fight forever. Fight forever.
The one time a fight forever chant, like, I wouldn't be mad about.
Yeah. This can go places. I do feel like we can get more cool stuff out of this. I hope it doesn't turn into... I don't think it will. I don't think they'll beat the New Day or anything. But hopefully they have a fun little tag run, have another match. We can have a good time.
And hopefully Raw doesn't like ruin it and run it into the ground like it does everything that's like slightly good.
We've been really positive at the moment.
So far, yeah. Like, I mean, I wasn't an enormous fan of Perkins and Kendrick. Like, I wanted it to be great and it was good.
Yeah, but we haven't like said anything bad. Well, I've like a couple of endings I've been like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a good match. Usually, I'm willing to forgive if it's a shit ending, and I think Cesaro Sheamus is one of those.
Oh yeah,
like I can totally be like, I really like it's. You literally were like, there's no way there can be a bullshit finish to this, and then you give us a bullshit finish.
Yeah, it was good times. Might actually have been my favorite match.
Oh god, my favorite match in the fucking walk.
Because Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn. Chris Jericho won. I don't remember fucking anything about this match. I feel bad.
Do you watch this live?
No, I watched it. I woke up in the morning and watched it. Because the WWE Network, I got it here late, and I couldn't skip back to the beginning of Clash of Champions to watch it.
Oh, sorry, as a little aside, something that amused me during TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick. They were trying to play up Kendrick's desperation, and Byron Saxton at one point says, if you lose a title match, as a challenger, you go to the back of a line. And I'm like, Byron Saxton, have you been watching the main event picture?
Jesus Christ.
Seth Rollins has had like 8 title matches in a row, but he's lost now.
He said something really annoying on Raw. I can't remember what it was, but literally I said out loud, shut up, Byron. Just like, he was not annoying me for a while, but I feel like he's becoming more annoying. Like, again, like I was like, oh, him and Corey are fun. Like, they're actually letting Michael Cole say things. And then, I don't know, just like these last couple of weeks, I've been like, shut the fuck up, Byron. He's becoming more childlike to counter Corey Graves. It's like he enjoys being he's one of those friends that's like, I enjoy the fact that I'm the one everyone picks on. I'm going to play up to that. It's like, it's not fun to listen to while I'm watching a match. But yeah, Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn. I don't remember anything about this match. I remember it being fine. Yeah, it was pretty good. I noticed Sami Zayn at one point had the video game strategy of he got a finisher and in a 30-second period desperately tried to spam that finisher. He went for a hula kick like 4 times in a minute, and not once did it like hit. And it was probably around that time when I like, he's probably not. You go for your finisher that many times and it never hits, you're not winning. Yeah. I actually kind of wanted Jericho to win, so I was happy about this. especially if they're going to move him into a feud with Kevin Owens at some point in the near future, which I feel like they will. So yeah.
Yeah, it's Sam. It's a lot of people were like, "Oh, Sami Zayn needs his win. It elevates him. Jericho's Jericho. He'll be that way forever." But I feel like everyone's everyone, and you can always build someone back up again enough if they take a hit or two. And Sami Zayn's had no momentum before this anyway, so the fact that he gets a singles match on pay-per-view, it was a little bit of an elevation anyway.
Yeah, from SummerSlam when he was a tag match on the pre-show.
And these two hung for a long time. These two were pretty much like equal. I mean, it only took one code breaker to put him down, and these days, like, the code breaker, apart from the AA, like, the code breaker is probably like the least powerful finisher in WWE.
Oh, the AA is pretty bad for just getting kicked out of.
Literally
no matter what.
everyone kicks out of the AA these days.
Like, 2 people have kicked out of the top rope AA now, so it's like, even that's done to lose a little bit of its...
And that was the most indestructible move in wrestling for a while.
I don't mind that. If finishers are going to get kicked out of, I want all finishers to be kicked out of, not just the ones for wrestlers that aren't great.
And to go on a quick tangent, it's John Cena's finisher, and his story a lot of time is like, yeah, these are all guys that were like 12 watching John Cena like rise to the top. So they've seen him FU and AA people for 10 years now. They've probably learned how to take it well.
How did Sami Zayn? He loved Chris Jericho when he was growing up. How did he not want how to avoid a code breaker?
Well, he didn't want to take a lion tamer.
That would have been great.
Lion tamer rules. If he did, he would have broken out of that shit easy. But he only started doing the code breaker in like 2008.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Fair enough.
Fun fact.
See, that's things I don't know. There we go. Yeah. What I remember of this match was fine. I agree with you. Chris Jericho winning, perfectly fine. Sami Zayn needs to lose to a couple of people to build up some underdog like shit. Because at the moment he's just guy.
We can start building his like redemption like angle, but he needs to swing low to swing back up.
Maybe he should win the Royal Rumble and challenge Kevin Owens at WrestleMania for the Universal title.
I'd be okay with that.
It would be better if he was on SmackDown, but you know, fine. We can still do it if he's on Raw. It's okay. Yeah, nothing else really to say about this.
Yeah, Jericho's always fun, but these days he's just a lot better when he's got other people with him.
Sami Zayn is one of those guys who, like he said specifically, like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and I think it was Cesaro, are guys he's really enjoying working with now, and that's why he's stayed longer than so he probably pushed for this match, and you can kind of tell he's having a good time. But I wish there had been a bit more to their feud building up to it, because I feel like this would have been a great feud. But
like, that could have been for something more important than just being who's Kevin Owens' friend more.
Yeah, it felt like, because the promo Sami Zayn did where it's like, you were like an inspiration to me to like go places and like wrestle everywhere, and like it could have been a really good feud with a bit of like emotion and stuff behind it, but it was literally like 2 Raws build up.
It was shades of like the Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels feud in 2008, I believe it was. And I would have loved for them to have done that on purpose, but I'm not sure it was.
The one where Chris Jericho punched Shawn Michaels' wife?
Yeah, and froze him into the Geritron, where he was, on a tangent, I think Shawn Michaels started doing Healy things back when Chris Jericho was a babyface, and he was like, why are you cheating? And Shawn Michaels was like, why do you care? And Jericho was like, because you're an inspiration to me, dick. And yeah, that's when he threw him into the Geritron.
Oh, I need to watch that feud because people really love it.
It's really, really good. I'm a huge fan of it.
Problem is, I really wish, gonna continue the tangent, the network had like feuds.
Yes.
Where you can find the matches, you can't find the promos, they need to mark that shit. So I can go, I want to see the Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels 2008 feud. Here is the fucking playlist. I demand it. Because like they kind of do it with the collections, but the collections are usually like best of. They never like collect a storyline, which they could, and it'd be really cool. Moving on, the 3 Horsewomen triple threat.
The no DQ triple threat with Dana Brooke only interfering like once.
Yeah, Charlotte retained her championship against Bayley and Sasha Banks with help from a little bit of help, because Dana Brooke, I feel like once again fucked up the finish with help from Dana Brooke. The fucking Charlotte's sexy as ass moonsault. That's a thumbs up. Just
kind of similar thing to Perkins and Kendrick, where it was like a lot of this was. It seemed like the story of this match was like Charlotte's just way better than Bayley and Sasha.
That's the thing. They always. This is what I want Charlotte to win clean more, because she's always like getting help and shit. But when she actually just wrestles a match, she fucking destroys. She's the best looking person out there easily. She's great. Best looking wrestler as in like in wrestling ability, not hottest. Also that. But yeah, good. Yeah, she fucking destroyed them. I think that like at one point they teamed up, like Sasha and Bayley, and Charlotte just took them both down.
Yeah, like half of this match is Bayley and Sasha trying to 2-on-1 Charlotte, and Charlotte's just like noping it and fucking beating the shit out of both of them. She like lies them both down. She beats the shit out of both of them one by one, like lies them next to each other, and then moonsaults on both of them.
That should have been the finish. She should have pinned both of them
while they're lying on top of each other. That might have been whoever's on top got the pin, but fuck it.
Yeah, she does the moonsault and she accidentally like Bayley pins Sasha Banks. That'd have been pretty great. Yeah, it did annoy me because Dana Brooke's at ringside doing her like, doing a great job, Charlotte. And I'm thinking like, why don't you just get in there and kick the shit out of someone?
It's no DQ.
Do whatever you like. Grab a fucking chair, crack Bayley over the head. It's fine.
Maybe yeah, it's like Charlotte like doing a bad job at telling her what to do beforehand.
Charlotte, she didn't make a good enough like notes on her fucking list. Like things.
Well, Chris Jericho stole the notes out, so she can't do much notes anymore.
It's great. I fucking love it. On Monday Night Raw when he came out and he was like, "You're all going on the list," and he's just started adding everything to the list. It's pretty great. Yeah, fine match. Like good. I enjoyed it. It was a good time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not sure. Like, it's just weird where they go from it because, like you say, they're constantly playing up that Charlotte's like a coward and can't win without Dana.
But then she wins without Dana. She won at SummerSlam without Dana. She won here with like at the ending. I feel like Dana was supposed to be holding. I think it was Sasha's leg, and she like let go. So Charlotte had to fucking take her out, which is pretty funny. But yeah, like just solid, fine. Not.
It wasn't like as scrappy as some of the previous like women's title matches. Like I mean, like people kind of like falling on their heads a bit.
Fucking SummerSlam match. So I can't like that match as much as I feel like I should. Cause I was very worried for Sasha Banks' health. But yeah, this was a lot more safe, but in a good way. There was some fun stuff, and I just once again the problem with it is that the story build up hasn't been good enough. I don't give a shit if Sasha Banks beats Charlotte. She lost her title fair and square, and I'm kind of like, I don't care if you like win anymore. I don't want you to keep getting title matches.
Yeah, and then it's followed up with Sasha coming out next night being like, I want my title shot, and it's like, wasn't that it?
No, because she didn't get pinned because it's a triple threat, and if you don't get pinned in a triple threat, you just get a rematch.
That's how it works.
It's fucking, if you lose a triple threat, you lose a triple threat. Can we not just accept that?
That's supposed to be the fucking risk.
Like, what makes it fun is that anyone can lose. Yeah, she pinned Bayley, and I'm like, also like, as we talked about on the predictions and pre-analysis, Bayley just hasn't had enough build on the main roster. I love her on NXT, but she just hasn't had enough build here to make me care if she wins.
Like, they could have done a cute and like a nice story. I don't want to say episode saying cute, but with like getting close to winning and then maybe getting overexcited or some kind of like out of her depth because this is her first like opportunity at a women's title, and like she lets it get to her or whatever. I don't know, it's just something about shows that something to show that she's not ready quite yet. Yeah,
but I know the title's going to end up on Sasha Banks sooner rather than later, and then probably end up on Bayley. Is the current trajectory of this. Bayley had a fucking jobber squash on Monday Night Raw, which why?
Like, Bayley should be Sami Zayn levels where she wins no match easily. Like, she should never, like, just squash someone.
That jobber, what's her face? I'm going to look up the name. Anna Fields, like, really took it to her. Kind of kicked the shit out of her a bit. But, yeah, Bayley should be in a lower card feud at the moment with, like,
Summer Rae.
Summer Rae hasn't appeared since the
But she's
the
on
split.
Raw, so you can fucking do something with that. Use your other women. It's not just fucking horsewomen that are on your fucking show.
I know what you're talking about. We have 3 women that we used them all this week on Raw. We used all 3 of them and Dana Brooke.
I can't wait for the next fucking Raw pay-per-view where we have a slightly different combination of these 4.
That's the thing. Every big women's championship match except the 2 against Natalya there's been like 4 horsewomen since the Royal Rumble. And a lot of those haven't been championship matches, they've been fucking tag matches.
Like, you see lots of stats, like, about horsewomen and, like, being like, oh, every title match since the Shield broke up or whatever has had one member of a Shield in, at least. And it's like, is that amazing? Is that a great stat?
That's a bad stat.
Is that just shows you don't have a whole lot of talent?
There's not enough people who can main event. I'm trying to think of other things to say about this match. I'm not even mad that Charlotte retains anymore. Like, I'm actually kind of like, good, we'll get more good matches out of this.
At this point, we're like, fuck it, keep the streak going. She's 12-0 now on pay-per-view.
She's going to lose it on, like, Raw. I'm at not this week, but I imagine if she does lose it, they'll keep her pay-per-view streak alive by having her lose it on Raw.
I like that they're starting to play up to it. I like the idea that she fucking brings it for pay-per-view.
Yeah, you can play that as a story where she's like, well, I don't try my hardest on Raw because it's dumb and stupid and I don't get paid as much.
And then Mick Foley's like, fine, you're defending your title on like only Raw from now on. She's like, what the fuck, dude?
You're defending your title again on 5 matches in one night. Like, bring it then.
And she's like, why? And Mick Foley's like, you're a bad guy and I fuck every bad guy.
Mick Foley's like, because I respect women so much.
Oh, it's in a little aside with Mick Foley and also backtracking that segment where he's talking to Cesaro and Sheamus, and so they're like, "How do we sort it? Because if it's a draw." And he's like, "Okay, I know I said I'd give a title match to whoever won, so you're both going to get title matches." And then they're like, "Oh, we're both getting a title match? Okay, that's fair." And he's like, "Wait, no, that would have been a better idea, but that's not it. You're going to get a title match at the same time." And it's like, "Oh, a triple threat for the title."
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that would have been a better idea too, but no.
I would have been down for a triple threat.
Like
Cesaro versus Sheamus versus whoever.
Yeah, like I feel like that would have made way more sense than pairing them together.
That's fine. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm enjoying Charlotte's reign as champion. Like around WrestleMania time, I genuinely wanted her to lose the belt, but she's gotten a lot better since then. Like she gets phased on the mic less. She leans into boos a lot more, I feel.
Yeah, and I think she's a little bit better at either she's gotten better at selling offense or she just doesn't get hit as much. Like this title, like I say, the title match, like I don't even remember her getting beaten up that much.
She really didn't. She really fucking destroyed.
Like Bayley and Sasha would like both like hit her and like for like 2 seconds, and then he'd get up and try and clothesline her, and then she'd just drop kick him. Oh, also Sasha had a moment. I hate Sasha's fucking slaps. She did that horrible slap fury in the match that looks like Survivor Jenna's slaps.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 women's move.
Yes.
Yeah. You didn't see that. There's literally a move where it does like a 10-second cutscene where they just slap them repeatedly. It's the fucking worst. I'm like, I'm not going to book any more fucking women's matches on this show, I can tell you that. But yeah, I had something else to say. I can't remember what it was. Sasha Banks is still challenging, so
yeah, can't wait for the next one. Are you excited for Charlotte versus Sasha Banks?
Really? I've never seen that match before. Hopefully, what if they put it in Hell in a Cell? So Dana Brooke can't get in, but Dana Brooke gets like fucking pliers and cuts her way in.
The whole match is Bill and Dana trying to get into Hell in a Cell,
like botching it. Like, why is it not cutting? Dana, you're cutting the corner. It's not right. It'd be pretty great. I can imagine Charlotte doing a fucking moonsault off the top. It'd be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life.
They're like, Charlotte's like, Dana, don't forget the tools to get into the ring. She just brings a hammer out. She's just trying to hammer her way through.
She like goes up to the desk at one point and he's like, guys, am I using the right thing? And they're like, no, Dana. No.
She's like, okay, just give me like 10 minutes. Like, don't win yet, Sasha.
Yeah, I don't know, they could do a Hell in a Cell match. That'd be fine. They won't, but I feel like it'd be nice.
As long as Sasha doesn't jump off anything.
Well, Sasha's not going to jump off the Hell in a Cell. They would never. they would never let a woman do that. It's not gonna happen. As cool as it would fucking be. Not Sasha. Someone else. Someone who can jump off
Like
a thing.
Mick Foley would like dive in midair and catch her to protect her.
I respect you so much. Moving on to the US title match. Roman Reigns versus Rusev. And, of course, the big dog. Not a good guy, not a bad guy. Lee guy. Roman Reigns defeated Rusev for the US title.
He's not a good United States champion. He's a bad United States
You don't need to finish that. That's all you needed to say. No, he might be great. We'll see how it goes.
The United States champion.
Ugh. Alright. Roman Reigns is United States champion. That means he can't be Universal champion.
In a match that's pretty different, pretty the opposite of Cesaro versus Sheamus, where it doesn't seem to really take advantage of the fact that these guys have fought each other a million times. It's just kind of like a straight up match.
Yeah, their Raw match. I preferred their Raw match before. I think it was before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I thought that was a way better match than this. I don't really. They played up Roman Reigns and Rusev's on commentary. They played up how they've had a rivalry because Roman Reigns eliminated Rusev from the 2015 Royal Rumble, and then from the 2016 Royal Rumble. In the first 90, fuck me.
And I'm like, Rusev should probably just leave Roman Reigns alone at this point.
Just give him the championship and go.
He should stop fucking with Roman, because it doesn't end well.
Roman fucked with him. Rusev didn't even start this. I feel like this would have made more sense if Rusev had come out and been like, "You dirty American pig dog!
Like,
I am United States champion."
Like maybe Roman Reigns like won a match against Titus O'Neil or whoever, and then like he was celebrating or whatever, and then Rusev and Lana came out, and they were like, "We've got our wedding reception, get the fuck out."
That'd have been pretty great.
And then that would have been like a reason for them to start beef.
Well, yeah, that'd be an actual. I'm not a huge fan of the build up to this match where Roman ruined his wedding.
Yeah.
And then Rusev's the bad guy, and Roman was fine. He didn't get booed as much as usual.
Yeah, it's because they're like, as long as he's not in the main event, and then Vince is backstage like, tricked them.
Tricked them. This was the main event as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
I'm going home after this. Trips you can fucking book for the main event.
I do feel like the United States Championship will co-main event for a while now, while Roman Reigns is holding it. It's not going to be on the pre-show. Which, yay, we're upping the United States title.
Kalisto and Ryback would be proud.
Yeah. Finally, their hard work has paid off. I don't have anything to say about this match. Once again, just, like, fine, forgettable. It was a match.
I enjoyed Lana having incredible strength to just effortlessly pull their F out the ring. Just with, like, one arm just...
She was training to be a wrestler for a while. She's probably pretty buff.
Yeah, and, like... It's established that like WWE referees are like the weakest creatures on the planet.
Which we'll talk about more in the main event. Which we're moving on to now. Kevin Owens defeated Seth Rollins with about 15 minutes of shenanigans.
Yeah, it says the time is about 25 minutes. I'm pretty sure there was only like 15 minutes of actual match.
Which, that 15 minutes was really great.
It was a pretty good match, yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. Kevin Owens is... He's just in match. He's still my favorite to watch. His trash talking is just on another level.
I really loved. You're the architect. You don't even have a foundation. Where's your foundation, Seth? And really funny.
While he has them in a chin lock, screaming, "After this, you're gonna fade to black." Get it?
That was he's so good. Kevin Owens is like you said, just so fun to watch in the ring. So funny. Good amounts of like athleticism. Doesn't feel like a hoss or big guy wrestler. He feels like an indie guy, which I like.
It just feels like a guy who can jump on you and it will fucking hurt.
Yeah, really good stuff. I feel like if this match had continued on that vein for another 10 minutes, it could have risen to like a really high level of like respectability. But Jericho came down. It was funny. Like, I really enjoyed Jericho in the fucking scarf and the Kevin Owens shirt.
Screaming that's his best friend in the ring.
It's my best friend. And just kept interfering.
And Seth tries to, like, hobble after Jericho, and Jericho's doing his, like, 5-mile-an-hour dad run.
It was hilarious.
As an aside, I love that Jericho seems to be, like, again in kayfabe, but maybe in real life, like the slowest like wrestler they have. Like whenever someone's trying to chuck Jericho out, they've just got him by the head, and Jericho's just doing his little like midget run.
Yeah, but yeah, funny. At this point, it was kind of like, oh well, we could have had a great match. But...
and then I also thought, I am back and forth on how they're handling Seth being a face now. He hasn't been getting very good reactions, and I think that's just because they've made his face turn as bad as it possibly could be.
Yeah, because they had the perfect opportunity, but they were like, no, he's got to be heel for a bit longer.
Like, and he's gonna get...
I think I'm turning down.
And it's hard to sympathise with him, really, because he was the Authority's kind of boy for 2 years, and then they're like... And they're struggling to mention this, because I guess they don't know how to on commentary. But, like, almost all of his title defences, he only retained the title because of the Authority. He had, like, 2 clean victories in his entire run.
Against who?
He beat Kane.
Did he beat Neville clean? I know he defended the United States title against Neville at some point.
Yeah, I think he beat Neville clean.
Just because Neville doesn't deserve a fucking run-in.
Well, if you beat if the only person you beat clean is Neville, it's like shit fucking burying Neville much.
He should be in the fucking cruiserweight division right now, man.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. He should be not being seen like he is right now and for the last month.
Like other such great wrestlers as Emma, who's completely ready to wrestle and apparently has been for several weeks. Paige, who was recently got off suspension. Fucking Darren Young, who was actually starting to build some fucking momentum with his bullshit make Darren Young great again thing.
It was weird on Raw, like how many fucking Raw superstars, and I feel like I'm swearing a lot, but it's because I care. Weren't on Raw.
Yeah.
Like say, Neville, obviously. Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. Braun Strowman and Nia Jax both weren't.
And there were 2 jobber matches.
Yeah.
But not involving them.
There were 3 local competitors. And, like, 5, like, regular Raw folk that weren't on.
Yeah.
Weird show. Weird decisions being made.
Yeah, Raw is just... Once again, we haven't compared it to SmackDown this whole time, so I don't feel bad.
We've been doing pretty good and not just talking about how much better SmackDown is than Raw.
I'm breaking the glass. I'm putting the thing back to 0. Fucking SmackDown uses everybody. Raw doesn't. That's all I'm saying. Also, in this match, the greatest ref bump of all time, Seth Rollins lightly lands on the ref for like doesn't even like hit him. He kind of runs into him after landing, and the ref is out for like the rest of the match, lying on the ground.
The ref genuinely does not even recover, and he might still be lying there.
Seth Rollins is trying to get him up, like get up, get up.
He's still in Indianapolis. Like everyone else has packed up and gone home, and he's just on the floor. And yeah, like asshole Seth Rollins just like trying to pick him up Brock Lesnar style and chuck him like to a place where he can see.
So yeah, and then when, all right. I think this is dumb from storyline perspective. So they're playing up. Steph comes down with a new ref.
The ref hilariously chooses to check on the ref that's down.
Oh yeah, like Steph's like, get in the fucking ring, and he's like, "Are you okay, dude? Are you sure you're fine?"
Like like he knows what happened. Surely it wasn't like he was getting ready to like drive home or to the next arena, and they're like, "Dude, there's a ref. Get your shirt back on. You got to do another one."
But yeah. And they've been playing it up like, oh, Steph waited until the perfect moment to bring the ref down. And I was like, alright, so Kevin Owens gets beaten up by Seth Rollins for 10 minutes. Chris Jericho gets in like 2 moves.
Kevin Owens takes 2 pedigrees.
And that's the perfect time to bring down a fucking ref.
Like, yeah, like, it was literally right after Kevin Owens had shit kicked out of him. He brings down, Steph brings down a ref. And then immediately he hits a pop-up powerbomb. So it's not even like... He hit a pop-up powerbomb and then the ref rang in.
Which would have made way more fucking sense if that's the storyline they're going for. And yeah, good. I don't mind dirty finishes, but when a match has the potential to be really great, I want it to have a clean finish. I want to have like good matches and end definitively.
It's just, it was weird to me. There's no Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H has not returned. It was Chris Jericho, which feels less big, feels more like an episode of Raw.
And it doesn't feel like there's any big conspiracy behind it.
Yeah.
That's Kevin Owens' friend.
Making sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the show. And it ended with Steph still doing that, like, ambiguous kind of, like, I meant to do that, or did I?
Oh, yeah. After the show, they did, like, a WWE YouTube video where she's being picked up by Triple H, and he's like, how did it go? And they were like, oh, shit! And then the next night on Raw, Mick Foley was like, Triple H is obviously, you're obviously working with Triple H. And she was like, well, actually, he was just asking me how the show went because he didn't get a chance to watch it. And I'm like, why don't you just come out and admit it? If we're still playing this fucking story, can Steph just be like, yeah, I'm working with Triple H?
Like, this is, like, we're past the point. Like, there's no intrigue or, like, mystery to this.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
Yeah, that's the thing. If there was genuine question about it, I would be cool with it. It would be a great story. And I would prefer it if Steph wasn't working with Triple H, just because I think that would be a more interesting story. But it would probably make it too much about, like, well, this is Steph's guy and this is Triple H's guy. I
just want someone to be like, do you not, like, live with him? Have you not asked him when they're at home? And he's like, I'll explain it at Hell in a Cell.
I'll explain it at Survivor Series, because that's got to be, we got to win there. Yeah, fine.
Are you hyped for Kevin Owens' run where now he can't win a single match without help?
Kevin Owens is my second favourite wrestler in WWE at the moment, only after AJ Styles, who is my favourite wrestler in the world. And I hate it's the Seth Rollins thing again, where it's a brilliant wrestler who never gets to have a great match because they're always tied up with fucking authority bullshit and run-ins, and like, these are the best wrestlers on the planet and they should be putting on great matches, and they nearly are. And when you get into them, I know it's their heels and it's supposed to piss you off, but I want X-Pac hate. I've got X-Pac heat for fucking dirty finishes. I want them to go away.
And it's a difference in SmackDown booking where they have a heel champion, and he's even a little bit of a chicken shit and an asshole, but you fully believe that he could win any match clean.
He just chooses not to. AJ, fucking alright. We did SmackDown twice, but AJ Styles, I'm so looking forward to everything he's gonna do for the next 6 months until he loses the title to Cena at WrestleMania.
I don't know if I want it that way.
Oh no, that's not what I want. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
I'm honestly okay with Cena eventually winning a title again.
Yeah.
And tying Ric Flair.
And I feel like, because they're kind of still playing up the AJ Styles John Cena rivalry, I think they're gonna play it up, and like they'll do other stuff, but I think they're gonna clash again, and that's how John Cena's gonna get his 16th championship, like against the guy who beat him twice.
Wow, that would be quite a clash of those champions.
That would have been a great match for Clash of Champions. But yeah, my problem. All right, the whole show, just to wrap up my opinion on it, it was like good wrestling. It was fine, but the storylines building up to it have been Blair. There wasn't any great wrestling. I felt like there was no wrestling here I couldn't see on an episode of Raw or SmackDown. Like nothing was so good. No.
Yeah, I'll agree with all that except maybe Cesaro versus Sheamus.
Oh yeah, that was the best match of their series. That was better than all their Raw matches. I'll give you that.
I like. It sounds like what an individual opinion, but I like matches that tell a great story. Like, and they don't have to be the like longest or most amazing, like technicality wise for me to hold them in my high regard for me. So in that sense, Cesaro vs Sheamus was one of my favorite matches this year.
Yeah,
I fucking loved it.
Well, that's the thing. There are 3 components to a great match. Great technical wrestling is one of them, but the other 2 are great storytelling and a hot crowd, and this had all 3. That's a really good match. The crowd was hype as fuck for this match. Like you said, when they were chanting, like, let them fight, they wanted to see a winner.
The only downside was commentary team. At one time, Michael Cole, during this match, said, this is why it's called Clash of Champions, as we see 2 guys that are not in a title match.
They're clashing to be champions at a later date.
But neither of these guys are champion. They're clashing. It's got the clash part right.
They're former champions. Clash of former champions.
It's the first time in a while that they've mentioned how decorated Sheamus is.
Yeah.
That I swear, when he was like lower down than he is now, when he was losing to Sami Zayn clean, like they were just saying he was a former world champion. It's like, yeah, Jack Swagger is a former world champion.
He also is a former world champion.
Dolph Ziggler.
Sheamus.
The Miz.
Oh yeah, Miz fucking beat John Cena at WrestleMania to retain his title.
But in this match, they were like, yeah, he's like a 4-time champion, 2-time United States champion, Money in the Bank winner, Royal Rumble winner. Like, he's done fucking everything.
I feel like Sheamus and Cesaro may get a resurgence. I feel like I'm actually genuinely hopeful for this to be a proper push for both of them, and to finally get some non-Shield members in fucking title matches sometime in the near future.
Like, good job, Best of 7 series. You're the most like pleasant surprise.
You're gonna say MVP, but also yes.
Like I think that it's actually elevated both of these guys.
Yeah, it's been fun. The match was great. We just go back and be like, this match was great.
I'm just like, I don't even care about the rest of the card. Genuinely, I'm just having heart eye emojis over Cesaro versus Sheamus.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like, none of the rest of this card was special. Like SmackDown first pay-per-view. I know I said it. It's fine. It felt special. Every match on that card felt like a special match. Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles felt special because it was AJ Styles' first big title win. Miz versus Dolph Ziggler felt special because it was a good match.
It was honestly like one of the best Miz matches in a while.
Yeah. Just, like, everything about that. The women's six-pack challenge felt special because it was the first women's championship on SmackDown. And Heath Slater and Rhino winning the tag championships felt special because it was like a big moment where a babyface overcame and we got to cheer and be happy. And nothing that big or great happened on this show. It's fine. I wouldn't, like, if someone was like, what's a show with really good wrestling? Like, what's a show with not great wrestling but good wrestling that I could go watch on the network? I'd be like, maybe Clash Champions 2016?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend Cesaro vs. Sheamus because it definitely benefits from the previous 6, like cross out 8, 6 previous matches.
I think seeing those 2 matches is important though. It's like the build up to the 7 matches.
Yeah.
Watch their feud. Watch their 0 promos, but just lots of fights.
Great fucking ringing storytelling.
Yeah.
It was one of those few matches. The last thing I'm going to say about it.
Trying to wrap it up here.
I know. I'm sorry. It's one of the very few matches that I finished, and I'm immediately like, I want to watch that match again. I want to fucking rewind it on the network and just start that shit over.
You loved it more than me, but it was really good. I'm gonna agree.
You're gonna agree, but not agree too hard.
Well, I did really like it. But you're like, fucking best match of the year. My dick exploded. Cesaro.
Fucking
I'm like,
tears coming from my eyes. Snot
like,
coming from my nose.
Like Shawn Michaels beating Ric Flair at WrestleMania 24. Good moment. Not as good as this.
Fucking cried so hard I vomited. Vomited so hard I died.
Pooped yourself so hard you died.
Exactly.
Yeah, so wrapping this up, I believe we've made our opinions clear. It's just fine. A couple of really good matches and endings I didn't give a shit about.
It wasn't. If it was Cesaro vs. Sheamus wasn't on it, it'd be like a scrape 5 out of 10.
But because Cesaro vs. Sheamus was on it, what would you rate it?
Just give it an 8 out of 10.
Just for that match?
Maybe a 7. Seriously.
Yeah, I think that's a fair rating. Let's say it was good. 7 out of 10 is good. And that's pretty much all we've got to say about this. We'll see you probably for No Mercy. We might do something for Bound for Glory. See how it goes. But if not, or if we don't do our black brand split thing before that, we'll see you for No Mercy. We'll probably do those because we enjoy talking about wrestling a lot.
It's a real great time.
It's gonna be really fun. So looking forward to SmackDown this week.